I can see you. Do you want to? Good evening, everyone. We're all welcome to day 2 of Audit and Align webinar. Wow, what a time we had yesterday. It was, I don't even have the right words, to express and qualify the fantastic experience we had yesterday. And not just fantastic, in an empty way, but in terms of impact, so much knowledge gained. Usually when it's end of the year like this, there are so many programs and coaching sessions that have been organized to help people plan for a new year. And sometimes it can be overwhelming. But this one was broken down in a way that made sense and encouraging and just compelled us to just take stock. So we're all welcome to day 2 of Audit and Align webinar. Would like to meet us, so do well by introducing yourself in the chat room. Catherine, I see you. Uzana, Ishaya, Audu, I see you. John Pande, you're welcome. Olayemi, Oluwagbongbe, you're welcome. Oluwakemi James, welcome to Audit and Line. Oluwaseun Adeogun, it's great to have you in the house. Precious Osifo and Simisola Adebawale, please kindly go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell us where you're joining us from, what you do, and what your expectations are for day 2 of this webinar. All right, please go ahead and do that in the chat room. I am Oluwaseun Ayanfe, and I'm looking forward to completing what I started yesterday, getting more insight. So I've learned how to audit. Now, how do we align the new year, the incoming year? So let's go ahead, and I can't see anybody introducing ourselves. Please, let's go ahead and introduce ourselves in the chat room. Chinemerem, where are you joining us from? I see you. Okay, one person. Yes, great. So where is Sheon joining us from? Can you let us know where you are joining us from? Please, let's go ahead and introduce ourselves. Tonade Modukwe, you're welcome. Olaide Olulanu, you're welcome. Feyishayo Shotunde, you're welcome. Abioma Ogbuka. Is this the same Abioma that I know? Is this the same person?
Yes, it is.
Abioma, is this you? Can we
Yes,
see your
it is.
face? I don't want to believe you're the one. It's been like 1,001 years. See this woman. No. See this woman. It's so good to see your face. You're
Same here.
welcome to
Thank you.
Audit and Align. So, what are your expectations for tonight's session? What are your expectations? Did you join us yesterday? And what are you looking for
Yes,
today?
yes, I did.
Okay, and so before you
Yeah.
tell us about your expectations for today, how was yesterday for you? Realistically speaking, no sugar coating or anything. Just tell us, how was it
Yesterday,
for you?
yesterday was mind-blowing. It was insightful.
Wow.
I've never joined this kind of webinar, uh,
Wow.
and I've never actually audited my year. It's something
Mm,
I've never done.
mm,
I just go into the year. I don't want to use the word carelessly, but I just go
mm,
into it just go
mm,
in casually.
mm,
But this, I've been intentional. This, when immediately I saw the flyer, I said, I looked audit and align. It caught my attention. I said, I need to be
mm.
part of this. And
Wow.
coming into the session has been insightful. And, with the exercise that we did yesterday, I was like, that triad is so accurate.
Mm,
That's just gave me a picture of my person, of what I have
mm,
been 2025.
mm,
Like I couldn't believe it. It was
mm.
just so accurate, knowing,
Wow.
getting my numbers, knowing where I am. So
Mm,
it gives me clarity, and I'm just looking forward to aligning, living that amber zone and getting to the green zone, which is where
mm.
I believe God wants me to be 2026. So that's just what I'm looking forward to.
Wow,
Thank
wow.
you.
Awesome,
Yeah.
awesome, awesome, awesome. Great, great. I can see that we have more people. It's so good to see you again, Aboma. You're welcome, welcome. And of course, your expectations are going to be met and surpassed, Okay, so would like to just welcome every one of you. Messi Adekolu, you're welcome. Okay. Oluwaseun Ogun joining from the UK, missed out yesterday's session. Looking forward to, okay, to practical insight, to harness and align for 2026. We all need that seriously. So can we just drop, please introduce yourself in the chat room. Okay, so John Pande, were you here yesterday? You're welcome. Olushola Damola, were you here yesterday? If you were here yesterday, what was the highlight for you? What was the light bulb moment for you yesterday? All right. So I would like for Olushola Adedamola and John Pande to just share, one after each other for the benefit of, you're like the mini facilitator. Just tell us what was what did it for you yesterday? What did it for you yesterday? Olushola Adedamola, please, you can go ahead and unmute and speak. And then I would also like for Olayemi Aribigbela to also, share as well. What was it like for you? Your light bulb moment. What was it like for you? What was it like for you yesterday? So who wants to go first though? Who wants to go first? Who wants to go first? Who wants to go first? Okay. Okay, Aboma, I'm looking forward to aligning 2026, having identified that emotional story. Okay, Olayemi Arigbela, I know you were here yesterday, so how was it for you? What were the nuggets? Olushola Adedamola, it would also be nice to have you share as well. Rukayat Pelumi, good evening and welcome. Were you here yesterday? Were you here yesterday? If you were here yesterday, what was the highlight for you? What was the highlight for you? All right, so who wants to go first? Rukayat, you're welcome. Please go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us what your experience was like yesterday.
No, I didn't join yesterday. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
I just joined today. I missed the information about that yesterday. I didn't join.
Okay. Oh, okay. So what are your expectations for today?
My expectation, I want to learn and to learn from your experience and the information you need to share to us. So that's why I joined.
Okay, fantastic.
Information, yes.
Fantastic. Awesome. Don't worry, plenty of learning to do. Okay, can I have is Olayemi Abibela there? I'm also seeing one I'm seeing one Chinwe Aboluwari. Were you here yesterday? What was the experience like? Would you like to share, what it was like joining yesterday? Would you like to share what it was like for you yesterday?
Oh, all right. Good evening, Ma. Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Ma, for the privilege. I was here yesterday, and it was really an awesome moment. Well, yesterday we were taught to audit the year, and I had enough time to like go through my year and appraise myself, and I'm looking forward to what the coach will be discussing again tonight, so that I can prepare better and plan better for year 2026 and end the year on a good note. So I'm
Fantastic.
looking forward to greater light.
Awesome.
Thank you
That
very
is
much.
so spot on. You're welcome. Don't worry. The light and the insight and the clarity you need to make the most out of 2026, you can be rest assured you're going to get it. Okay, Uje Olapisoye, you're welcome. Were you here yesterday? And how was it for you? What golden nugget did you pick? What light bulb moments? How did you rate on the triad? Where did you find yourself? All right, Uje Olapisoye, would you like to share with us?
Good evening. I was not here yesterday.
Okay. So what are your expectations for tonight? For tonight or today's session? Because I know some people are joining us from Canada, some from US and other time zones. So what was it like? What are you looking forward to? Let's set our expectations.
Okay, I'm looking forward to getting tips that will help me in planning my 2026 better.
Fantastic. All right, to plan it better, to be more intentional. Awesome. You've come to the right place. You have come to the right place. So I would like to have two more people. Usana Ishaya Audu, I know you're from Canada. Are you able to talk? Because I know you were here yesterday. I saw you. It would be nice to just hear you. Yeah, so please go ahead. Please go ahead.
Yeah,
You have
yesterday was very powerful. We looked at our year through the lens of ourselves, our seasons, our
Okay.
systems, and our surroundings. And we used a questionnaire to really evaluate our year and to see whether we were, doing well, doing excellently, or whether we needed to make improvements. And so it helped us identify, whether we need to make where we are really and what steps we need to take. So today I'm looking forward to aligning.
Okay.
I'm also looking forward to the questions that will guide me in these 4 areas so that I know how to prepare myself and to set myself for 2026.
Awesome, 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 awesome. You are most welcome. You're in the right place, actually. I can see some introductions and expectations from the chat room as well. Simisola Adebowale is an educator and she's joining from Ibadan. Great. Karen B. Emu joined yesterday and she says the session was amazing. Knowing that I'm not alone with my thoughts and knowing I am learning more about how to move my life forward and put a lot of this behind. Fantastic. We are not alone, no. We're all on the growth journey. Okay, so Uzaina, I hope I got the pronunciation right. You're also an educator and instructional designer joining from Canada. Thank you very much. You are most welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, great, great, great. Okay, so Shem is joining from UK. Awesome. So I would like to take one more person. So Ngozi Obazi, were you here yesterday? What was the experience like for you? What was your, your golden nuggets? What were the golden nuggets you got? Hello, Ngozi, are you there? You can unmute and speak. Okay, so any other person who wants to tell us how yesterday was? Any other person? Anyone else? All right, so once again, we all are welcome. We're welcome. So we're going to be starting very soon, but before we do that, I think, it's good for us to be serenaded. So I'm going to be serenading us with just something very light, just to set our spirit right. And I hope we do have our writing material. So this kind of webinar is not the type that you just write on a sheet of paper. No. We need to get a dedicated, I learned that. We need to get a dedicated notepad, for this kind of webinar, because the things you are going to learn, they are things you would have to go back to in the course of the year. All right. So we're going to go into it right away. Right. So who is ready to I'm just loosen up a little bit so that our hearts are well primed and prepared to receive and to learn. All right. So kindly confirm that you can see my screen. Take some time to just open.
Your mercy I see, faithful forever. You've been good to me in every season. declaring the power of your name. Strong tower, you never fall. You never fall. My refuge, my Savior, your Lord of all. Your Lord of all. Praise your name, worthy of praise, forever and always. My song you raise, mighty Redeemer, my soul proclaims. Holy and righteous, great is your name.
When the night tried to silence the song in my soul, your spirit rose up and made my heart whole. Now I'll dance in the freedom your love brings each day. With the choir of heaven, I'll lift up your name. Hallelujah.
To the King,
Every nation,
let it ring.
hallelujah, shout his fame forever. Great is his name, great is your name,
Great is your name,
worthy of praise.
forever and always.
My song you raise,
Mighty Redeemer,
my soul proclaim.
holy and righteous.
Great is your name.
Oh, forever great is your name.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Can somebody hear me? I need a confirmation that I can be heard. Good evening.
Yes, ma'am.
Good evening, ma.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. You are welcome. Welcome to day 2 of the AA webinar. You are welcome, you are welcome, you're welcome.
Thank you, ma.
Yes. If you were here yesterday, can I just see you say yes? And if it's your first time, can I see first time?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
My name is Mayokun Oreofe. Coach Mo here, live and direct, day 2 of the AA webinar. Right, I can see the yeses. Dr. Zekpeyong is your first time, you're welcome. Sheol is your first time. Areola Ulushola, it's your first time, am I right? No, it's yes, you were here yesterday. First time, Rukayat Belumi, you are welcome. Rukayat, where are you joining us from? Luakem, you'll be your first time. For those of you who are coming for the first time, wow, you need speed tonight to be able to catch up because we're building on what we had yesterday. I factor that there will be first timers here today, and so we will do a bit of, there's what will make you to like catch in somehow. Okay, Rukayat is joining in from Lagos. Thank you, Kemi, first time. Where are all the yeses? Where are all the people who were here yesterday? We don't have yesterday's number on, despite the fact that we have first time as well. Good luck to everybody. But I think even if they were in the green zone, they should have completed what they started and not turned themselves to Ada, or they have become Ada Bingpe or Bingpe Ada. Chinwe Aboluwari, you were here yesterday. Good to know. Yes, June was here yesterday. All right. Aboma, and I'm so excited. I heard when she was taking you up on, I forgot yesterday to do a shout out to you. I saw your name and I was like, that's my Aboma. Nice to have you on board, Aboma. And I'm glad at your feedback. Okay, we need to roll. Can I have my slide on? Thank you, my slide assistant. Executive slide assistant I have. We're going to have the slide up. I heard all of your, or some of the feedback from yesterday, and I'm excited that it is actually on you as it is on me. Good. Okay. So confirm that you can hear me better. Please confirm you can hear me better.
Excellent, ma.
All right, thank you. Thank you. Okay. We have on audit and align, positioning right for 2026, and we're just going right to it. Yesterday, in audits, you looked honestly at your 2025, and you saw patterns, your emotions, your relationships. Well, you were supposed to see your relationship, but we didn't quite see the relationship because of the missing one, the environment. So quickly today, we would work on your environment, and you will be able to see the overall experience of the year. And I do just hope that you are ready. Okay. So today we align. Can I have the next slide, please? And align is the process of turning the truth that you discovered in your audit into clear directions for your future. Sheol rightly said that we need a journal so that we can take notes where it is necessary. Or don't take notes so much so that you are now distracted and you are not flowing. You are not taking in and understanding. Clarity is a major thing we are out for. So align is the process of turning the truth that you have discovered into your discovered in your audit into a clear direction for your future. It is where awareness becomes action, where insight becomes intention, and where clarity becomes movement. Where clarity becomes movement. That is what Align is about. And in simple terms, audit shows you, audit shows you where you are. Align shows you, Align positions you. Align helps you position rather for where you are going. Audit shows you where you are. Align helps you position yourself for where you are going. Alignment will ensure that your decisions, your priorities, your habits, your environment, and your next steps all point toward the future that you desire, not the patterns that you are trying to leave behind. So for instance, yesterday, some of us saw ourselves, we saw ourselves, reality of our lives showing, oh, some start and they don't finish, some are confused, some are not consistent, and all of that. Those are things that we should be leaving behind as we step out of 2025. So with Align, it is not about those things we're about to leave behind, but Align makes, it ensures that all our decisions, our priorities, our habits, our environment, and our next steps, all of it is pointing toward the future that we desire. So we're moving on to why Align matters. Why is it important for us to align? Okay. Clarity by itself does not change a life. Clarity does not change a life. You can have insight, revelation, and awareness, and still you can repeat the same year if nothing is aligned. And you see, as a person of faith that I am, and I know some of us here are, when I read this, as I was reading it to you, and in my understanding of this that I just read to you, it scares me because it reminds me of a community of people called the children of Israel. They repeated the year severally. They repeated that year for, I think they repeated it for over 40 years, going in circles. And so I'm praying for all of us tonight that we will not go in circles anymore, that we would align. And I just want to say it, put it out here that the buzzword actually, the buzzword in the spirit is alignment. This has been so much so in my spirit for weeks. And this is even after we had put out, a webinar and all of that. And way before and after, alignment has been ringing in my spirit. So it is time for us to wake up to reality and truly, truly get ourselves aligned. You can have insight, have revelation, and then you are aware. But you can still repeat the same year if nothing is aligned. If you don't align, then it will be like just moving in circles. And like I said, I pray that will not be our portion. The whole essence of having this AA webinar closeout for 2025 is so that we can position a right for 2026. Align is all about bringing your truth into focus, bringing your truth into focus, deciding what matters most now. What is the most important thing to you now? What are the things that matters now? So that we're not just spreading ourselves thin and beating about the bush. It is about alignment, it's about choosing one step that moves you in the direction of growth, not something that sets your gear to reverse. Audit will reveal, alignment redirects. So yesterday when we audited, there were a lot of light bulb moments for us. I mean, I heard Isaina's feedback, and that was so fantastic. It puts us where it showed us where we really are. Aboma said it was so true of her. It was so true of her 2025, and that she's never done anything like this before, so wanting to review what it is. But that after that review, after the audit, she saw quite clearly that this is Aboma, in that state. I don't know what has caused where, I don't know what personality she took of the two women, but she said it resonated, right? So that was revelation, audit reveals, but today there's going to be redirection, I believe. So the flow for tonight, we're going to be walking through three simple, powerful movements. That's what we're going to be walking through tonight. Three simple, powerful movements. The first one will be, we're going to be aligning your truth. We're aligning your truth, which asks the question, what must I honestly acknowledge? What must I honestly acknowledge? More like saying, what is that thing that I must just say to myself, girl, you are this. This is you. This is what you did. Acknowledge it, whether you have been vibrant or whether you have been slouching. Just accept it. What is that truth? You have to align your truth. And what is that thing you must acknowledge honestly? Remember yesterday I said it, that this is a journey of honestly, it's a journey of truth. To thyself be true. The second step, the second powerful movement we're going to make is to align your priorities. Align your priorities. Align your priorities. And that is saying, what matters most now going into 2026? What is that thing that matters most now going into 2026? We're going to have to align that as well. The third movement we're going to make is we're going to align your next step. What is one action that you must take before the new year? What is that one action that you must take before the new year? Now, we are going to call to action before alignment begins. I'm going to call you to action before alignment actually begins. Before we move, fully into align, I want us to bring out our audit from yesterday, okay? You bring out your audit from yesterday, but please listen to me clearly what we're about to do. And if you weren't here yesterday, like I said, we're trying to integrate you into this, so don't worry. You will take the test. But for those who were here yesterday, what I want us to do is to take the test again. But I want you to bring, if you have it in your email, like we said, you should email it to yourself, because I don't want you to change what you have marked yesterday. But I want us to be able to fill the gap. If you recall, there was a number that was missing, and that's what I'm trying to achieve by this. So go to your email. Once you go with the link now, you go to your email and you just dub what you have marked out yesterday. And then you take that missing number. Okay, there was a missing number. I think it was number 10 or number 11 that was missing. We're supposed to have 12 questions, right? But we had 11 yesterday. Remember, the last one, which I called the 12th number, the original 12th number, you were supposed to pick three words that best describes you, okay, in 2025. So for those who were not here yesterday, the instruction is this: click the link that will be posted in a bit in the chat room, and you're going to take the test. You will have 12 questions drop, on the Google form, and then you will answer. You will answer for the first 11 questions. You're supposed to pick one answer each. You have 4 options, but you will pick one each that best, describes you. Just follow the instruction in the Google Sheet. But my emphasis to you is the number 12, the last one. It's not a one answer question, and it's not a number that counts. What I mean is you are not allocating, you're not scoring it. You're not scoring it. It's a question that picks itself and answers itself. So you're going to pick 3 words that describes you in number 12. So I hope those who were here yesterday too, you understand that. You should understand that. But if for whatever reason yesterday you were dragging behind, maybe you were slow, you didn't get it. So this is your opportunity. You can go ahead and take it afresh. But really and truly, if I were you, and I'm going to be true to myself, and I'm not going to be changing things because I have attempted it before yesterday, just go ahead and fill it, because it's likely to just double confirm to you what you also got yesterday. So whatever we have from this test today is what we're going with. Okay, so let the link drop in the chat room, please, for the survey, for the questionnaire. So go ahead now and click in the link and take this test. I'm going to give us 2-3 max 4 minutes for us to do this. Please read properly before you take the test. You will answer all the 12 questions. Do not submit. Remember also, when you are done, you come back here to say to me, done. But before you come back here to say to me, done, I need you to tick that, put in your email so that it can be emailed back onto you. And if there's that column for you to say save, go ahead and save. It's a document that you're going to need going forward, right? We're going to make our decisions based on that document tonight, and it's going to also help you on your journey going forward. This is not in vain. This is preparing us right ahead for 2026. Are we ready? Can I have a yes in the link in the chat room if you are ready? Can I have a yes in the chat room if you are ready for me? Anybody ready? Yes. Yes. You're ready? Good. Go ahead. Yes. Yes, you're ready. All right. So I have 3 yeses here. I want to believe it represents the other people. So please go ahead. I have 71 people in the room. I had 99 yesterday. So minus me, we have 70, and I'm wondering what's going on. So many people still didn't return. It's fine. Let's go ahead. After this time out, I'm not going to be able to go back to explain anything to anyone. We're just moving straight ahead. We must conclude this tonight. Take the test whilst we're serenaded by our media. Let the volume be low whilst we take the test.
I belong to you.
Imagine conducting every part of your research only on one platform. Meet Boreum.
Your love, it found me. I was wandering far from grace, an empty soul in a broken place. But you reached down, called my name. Now forever I won't be the same.
You took my shame. You gave me peace.
You gave me peace.
Your mercy flows
You became my steady song. Every fear had to bow down low in your presence, Lord. I'm whole.
Hallelujah.
I am free.
I am free.
Your love has captured all of me.
Hallelujah.
I belong to you, my Savior.
You must say
Forever strong. Your love found me, lifted me high, opened my eyes, gave me new life. Forever I'll sing, forever I'll stay in your arms of grace. I found my way. Your love found me. Here I am, Lord, at your feet. I lay down my burdens. I lay down my pride. Every fear, every failure, I leave it behind. At the cross of surrender, I found my peace. In the arms of the Savior, my soul's released.
your mercy flows like a healing stream. You've turned my sorrow to endless dreams. Oh, at your feet, Lord, I bow down low. Here's my heart. Take and make it whole. Every breath, every song I sing belongs to Jesus, my risen King.
You spoke to my darkness and called me to light. You shattered the chains
That held me tight.
Now I live in your freedom, redeemed and new.
Every moment, my Lord, I give to you.
All right, by now we should have finished, I believe. I have about 28 or thereabouts done here. Okay, so we're going to go ahead now. So what we want to do, like I said you shouldn't submit. So what I need you to do now is, like we did yesterday, for those who were here yesterday, every question has a score. So you had 4 options per question. If your first option, if you pick the first option in any of the questions, I need you in your journal, score yourself. I need you in your journal to score yourself. So if your first, if your response is the first option, then score yourself 3. Score yourself 3. So it's in the chat room, look at it properly. Second option, you score yourself 2. Third option, you score yourself, score yourself. Second option, you score yourself 2. Third option, you score yourself 1. And then the fourth option, you score yourself 0. That means that you have 3, 2, 1, 0. We have options A, B, C, D. If your answer is A in any of the options, score yourself. Score yourself. For every A answer, you score yourself 3. For every B answer, you score yourself 2. For every C answer, you score yourself 3. You score yourself 1. And for every D answer, that gets you 0. Okay? So when you are done scoring, remember number 12 is not to be scored. When you are done, you total it. I need the totals. I need us to work with the total. Okay? So please do this carefully. I know some people are not so good with figures. That's why I'm giving us this room to do it. So I'm repeating mine too. Yes, you can't hear me because I'm keeping quiet for you to be able to concentrate. Zaina, why did you have 24 today? What did you have yesterday? Well, there's an added question though, so I'm just wondering.
Apologies for the break in transmission. Was due to a slight power outage. We're back on track now, and we're going to continue. Thank you very much. Please, can we confirm that we can hear me? Please, can we confirm that we can hear me?
Yes, we can.
Oh, thank you, Korede. Thank you. Coach Mo is coming back now. Okay, so we can see the results. Thank you.
Sorry about that glitch. Sorry, so sorry. We need to run now. Okay, so you have your numbers now. Let's roll if you have your numbers now. All the chats will be lost about now on my system. So can I have all your numbers back up, please? And then you can then look at the interpretation, the scoring, look at what it says. So resend your numbers, yes. So somebody says today is 23, yesterday was 19. Aboma, what happened to you? Today is 30, yesterday was 27. Oh my God, Korede. Wow, Itoro, did you say you have 33? That's so brilliant. So we're going to go to so let's get our interpretations right. It's already in the chat room. If you are in the green zone, you can see yourselves. So if you have between 20 and 33 points, alignment and growth is what your focus is going to be. Your year carried progress and strength, and you are positioned for refinement in 2026. If your score is between 10 and 19 points, you are aware, but inconsistent. You showed effort, but you lacked sustained momentum. You need alignment, you need structure, you need clarity for 2026. If you have your score in 0 to 9 points, that is misalignment and strain. Your year carried overwhelm or stagnation. You need a reset and a clear realignment for 2026. Can I have my slide back up, please? So for people like Lillian, Luakemi James, great ladies, you are doing well. Temitokpa Gochuku, Olayemi, yes, so between 20 and 33, you are right on, spot on, ladies. So,
RD, please make me co-host. Thank you.
So, is there anybody who had better score yesterday than today? I see people changing their scores today.
Yes.
Somebody said, okay.
Yes, ma. I'm a little bit confused because I didn't change any of my responses. The only thing was the additional question, which I think I picked the first, I scored a 3. So it moved me to a green, but I didn't change anything that I had put in yesterday.
Yeah, it moved you to a green. Yes. So
yes.
Not that it moved you to a red or a yellow.
Yes.
Yeah. Not that you dropped. Yes, there are a lot of people like that here. And Olufunlola Savage had 20 yesterday and still has 20 today. Okay. So it's the additional question that should actually be reflecting if you have picked the same thing. The additional question, your response to the additional question would have moved you forward, depending on what number, what you're scoring for that question is. Please mute, Funmilola Savage, please mute. Thank you. So, Aminat says yesterday was 24. What's your score today? What's your score today? Okay, same. Well, that means that maybe something changed in what you did today, or maybe you didn't add up properly yesterday. So same, maybe it's same, and with the additional question, you still have same. Well, it must have been that either one of your responses changed and you just aligned it back to 24. All right, let's move. So we want to align now. We want to align now. I want you not to forget that your honesty, like we said, is on the screen, and I just wanted to read that out to you. That your honesty is your power. So you need to stay true to yourself. I'll keep repeating that, over and over again, so that in our responses, in our positioning, we're not trying to impress anybody. Okay. Push come to shove. It just means you may not share if you feel, poorly about what you're seeing, or if you don't want to feel braggy. But really, there's nobody who is monitoring you here. We are all here for ourselves. You're here for yourself. I'm here for myself. Okay, so let's go ahead with our slide. Let us now align. We want to, the first alignment, we said we're making 3 movements. The first one is to align truth. Don't submit yet either. I don't think we should submit yet, yeah? So that you can, because if you submit, you would have to go back into your mail searching for it. So just keep it on when we want to make reference, because you're going to extract from your responses. So don't submit yet, thank you. When we're done, you go and submit. So the first step of alignment is to face truth. But do it gently, but honestly, we want to face the truth. We will extract 3 key truths from the audit. We're going to be extracting your pattern truth, your emotional truth, your surroundings truth. These 3 will act as your alignment foundation for 2026. Okay? Your pattern truth, your emotional truth, your surrounding truth. And these 3 will act as your alignment foundation for 2026. So pattern truth, how you operated this year speaks to your pattern truth. So I want you to look at, let's go ahead, you're going to look at the questions that speak to your behavior and consistency. What questions are these? Look at question 6, question 7, and question 9. Those 3 questions speaks to your pattern truth. So can you please go to your response now and look at what you have right there. Pick out your response to question 6, 7, and 9. Question 6, 7, and 9. Right? So, how you operated this year. Question 6, what best describes your consistency this year? What was your response? Can you please copy it out possibly? Question 7, what pattern showed up most in your life this year? Please copy that out. Question 9, when challenges came, how did you respond? Please copy it out. Together, these 3 questions reveal your default mode of operation in 2025. It represents your default mode in 2025. So we're speaking to question 6, 7, and 9. That's your default mode in 2026. Okay, so I have here, thank you for sharing, Bukola Ojoju, moderately consistent, awareness but slow progress. I paused but returned. That was that's the truth about your pattern in 2025. Please note it. Aboma says moderately consistent, effort present but uneven, awareness but slow and uneven progress. I paused but returned. So your number 6 says You were moderately consistent because effort was present but uneven. Your question 7 says awareness but slow and uneven progress. And you can see that your question 6 and your question 7 is saying like the same thing. Uneven appears in both. And then you paused but returned. I mean, that shows you what your pattern accurately is. Olubumi just says moderately consistent effort, present but uneven, awareness but slow and uneven progress. I persevered and found solutions. So the difference between Aboma's response, Abioma's pattern and Olubumi Ojo's pattern is the number 9. For Aboma, she paused. Facing challenges of life, she will pause and then come back to it. For Olubumi Ojo, there was no pausing. She persevered and she found solution. Great. So you see Olufunke Fajimi having the same results with the same pattern with Abuoma. I'm giving us 2 more minutes for us to be able to get through with this. So you need to ask yourself these questions. You need to ask yourself this question rather. What behavior did I repeat this year? What behavior did I repeat this year? What behavior did I repeat this year? For example, starting strong but not finishing. Starting strong but not finishing. Always waiting until the last minute. Being consistent and steady. Getting overwhelmed and disconnecting. What behavior did you repeat this year? You need to put that out as well. What behavior did you repeat this year? What behavior did you repeat this year? What behavior was on repeat this year? Are we together?
Yes.
Good. Okay, so we move on. So what one sentence, write one simple sentence rather for yourself. Write one simple sentence for yourself. My 2025 pattern was, I want you to construct a sentence with your pattern truth that you just said. You know, from the example I gave, what behavior did I repeat this year? You must have been able to pick, to pick one of those examples or to state it by yourself. What? Starting strong but not finishing, always waiting until the last minute, being consistent and steady, getting overwhelmed and disconnecting. This is just to address what your pattern truth had revealed. But now I want you to move on by writing one simple sentence for yourself. My 2025 pattern was, go ahead and make a statement, was I was moderately consistent with efforts that I had effort present, but it was uneven. I had awareness, but my show was I had uneven progress, and I persevered and found solution. I didn't dodge, I didn't run away. Okay, so Olufunke Fajimi says, my 2025 pattern was more of intentionality, even when it seemed not encouraging. Fantastic. Now, she's been able to coin this sentence for herself based on her result. Okay, for as many as can go do that, go ahead. And for those of us who are, just taking this test, I'm going to take you through this, method. We're going to look at 2 women, the illustration of 2 women, the role illustration of 2 women in 2 years, 2 women in 2 years. We had the first woman called Ada, and we had the second woman called Bingbe. The first woman, she would start the year on fire. She started the year on fire. By 2 weeks or 2 months, she slows down. She procrastinates until pressure hits. She rushes and then gets stressed, then promises next year will be better. But her pattern repeats. So for 2 years, that's what she did. And her pattern, you know, the summary of her pattern was that she was a start and stop person. What would you call yourself? Then we had Bingpe. Bingpe, she chose she chose a few key goals. She has simple weekly, she had simple weekly structure. She takes small consistent steps. She adjusts when needed, but doesn't abandon her commitments. She ends the year with peace and a sense of progress. Bingpe is called the steady builder. What would you call yourself? Are you Ada or are you Bingpe? And like yesterday, you know, we're cracking up and saying there were people who were more of Ada and a bit of Bingpe, so we call them Ada Bingpe. And there were people who were more of Bingpe and a bit of Ada, so we call them Bingpe Ada. Which one do you think you are? Olubimi just says she's a Bingpe. Fantastic. Okay, so Amokorede Dada says, my 2025 pattern shows that I was intentional, consistent, and I made progress. Great. Karen says, my 2025 pattern was focused and determined. I love it. Okay, Abigail Anu says, I am more of being good. And a bit of that, I guess. Oluwakemi James says, my 2025 pattern was being disciplined, learning, and growth. That's her 2025. Great, so we move on. I hope we're not losing the first timers. I hope you're catching up, right? So we want to go to your emotional truth right now. And to answer emotional truth, we're going to be looking at questions 4, 5, and 12. Questions 4, 5, and question 12. We want to pick what the emotional truth will be. How this year felt for you. There's a difference between the pattern, but we want to look at, okay, how did it feel for you? So your question 4 was saying, which emotion described your year most? What was your response? Which emotion described your year most? Question 5 says, how grounded did you feel emotionally? And then question 12 is the one that you had to pick 3 words. You had to pick 3 words. I find myself picking the same thing, of course, like yesterday, without even making reference to my yesterday's response. Okay, because that's just the truth about, that's the reality about my 2025. Okay, so go ahead and do the needful. As you are doing that, as you put it out, ask yourself, what emotional story was I living this year? That's what that question, that section is trying to answer, your emotional truth. So what's the story you're trying to live this year? Are you a steady builder? Are you start and stop, you know? So Olutsoyi Lokoshe says, my 2025, I was moderately consistent and recorded growth and grace. Year of grace and growth. That's what she will call her 2025. Beautiful. So how this felt, how this year felt for you? How did the year feel for you? What emotions describes your year the most? Okay, Olubumi just says, hopeful but inconsistent. That's an emotion. Hopeful but inconsistent, very grounded and stable, maturing, hopeful, and learning. Her 3 words from number 12 were maturing, hopeful, and learning. Her response to question 5 is very grounded and stable. Her response to question 4, hopeful but inconsistent. Aboma, hopeful but inconsistent, somewhat grounded with dips, and then overwhelming, stretching, and emerging. Oops. Temitokpe says, my 2025 pattern was moderately, we are done with pattern here, girl. But okay, your pattern was moderately consistent, aware and experienced, uneven progress, and you were hopeful, consistent, and growing. This emotion, don't mix the emotional truth with the pattern truth. We're dealing with pattern truth now, and I can see you putting out your 3, number 12 here. So you're speaking to your emotional truth. Bukola Ojoju says, I was hopeful but inconsistent, somewhat grounded with dips, stretching, learning, and rebuilding. That is how 2025 felt for you. Okay, so what emotional story were you living this year? For instance, was your year stretching? Was it overwhelming? Was it preparing? Was it rebuilding? Was it transitioning? Was it hopeful but inconsistent? So I want you to go ahead now and write another emotional story. So you're going to write your 2025 story, emotional story rather. You're going to say my 2025 story was, so go ahead and write it. What was your 2025 emotional story? What are you going to say? Abigail says, my 2025 story is evolving, maturity, and learning. Those are your, that's your number 3. So your story was evolving. Good. So your 2025 story was evolving, right? Somebody please do that. It's going to really help you if you're able to do those. You're able to answer, in that storyline. Just put out the storyline there. Your responses was to pick out, but then you come up with your story. This is what it is for me. Amokorede says, my 2025 emotional story was stable with confidence, which made me grow, evolve, and productive. Brilliant, fantastic. She put it together. So her emotional story was that she's stable with confidence. And she said being stable with confidence made her to grow, to evolve, and productive. And honestly, that is so true. If you are stable, you will grow. If you are stable, you will evolve. If you are stable, you will be productive. Because as you know, evolve and growth, they have, they're like twin, okay? And then you'll be productive based on your stability. That's what her story is. What is yours? What is yours? Thank you for going through this yourself. I hope it's helping somebody. Am I still audible? Are people working on it? Why am I not getting more responses? More response. Okay, so Simisola Adeboale says growth, productive, and becoming. Those must be your 3, that must be your number 12 response. Now we're saying do a story with it. What would you summarize? What would you say that your story in 2025 is? Anu Adegboyega says my 2025 story is hopeful. Oh wow, it's gone up. I want to read Anu Adegboyega's story. 1 minute. Zaina, I haven't seen your response and I'm looking out for it, except you don't want to share. No pressures. My 2025 story says, hopeful, though inconsistent. I stretch, learned, and I'm healing. I love the story. Her story is that in 2025, she was hopeful, even though she was inconsistent. But then she stretched, she learned, and she's healing. Beautiful. Bukala Ojodu says, my 2025 emotional story is being hopeful, having to rebuild my life, stretching my abilities, and learning that as long as there's life, there's no limit to what you can achieve. That is how she decided to coin her story. Aboma says, my 2025 emotional story was hopeful. I felt grounded with occasional dips. Along the way, I felt overwhelmed, stretched, but saw myself emerging in ways I could not imagine. Aboma, why are you so brilliant? Why? And Olaiton Dushola says, my 2025 story was productive. I enjoyed steady growth and I am maturing. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. My goodness. What kind of people did you send to me on this webinar? These are 2025, 2026 people going somewhere to happen. Next level people, next level ladies. Let's go for it. Okay, so Modupe Okosun says, my 2025 story was hopeful and grounded, making me mature and becoming. She's becoming, she's on her way. Okay. Aminat Muturayon Debe says, my 2025 emotional story was stable, inspired by growth, and steadily becoming. Give yourself a dance. I'm clapping for you. You dance it out. Okay, so look at me, family. Lucy says, my 2025 emotional story was series of highs and lows, inconsistent and easily shaken, yet through it all, I remain hopeful. Evolved and I experienced meaningful growth. Come on now. Great. So, Temitope Kehinde says, my 2025 story is I was transiting hopeful. I was transiting hopeful but inconsistent. I was very grounded in my deliverables, so it helped me to grow, which made me hopeful, and I am maturing. Brilliant. Nkechi Okoisama says, mine was challenging, learning, and rebuilding. Those are your three responses. So is that your emotion story? Hizaina, yeah. My 2025 emotional story was dramatic because I transitioned in my career and my location. So it was one of great transition and growth. Brilliant. You transitioned since you moved. You didn't move me with you. I'm coming after you. Olufunke Fajimi said, my 2025 emotional story was consistent, steady with clarity. So I enjoyed steady growth and I know I'm becoming. Great, great and awesome. So let's take the last movement now, which is the surrounding truth. Let's take the last one. You want to take your surrounding truth. And your surrounding truth is speaking to who and what shaped you. Who and what shaped you. So finally, we're going to look at the questions that speak to your environment and your relationships. And those are number 10 and 11. How did your environment, your home, your workspace, your ministry, your career, your business, how did it affect you? Then the number 11 question is asking, how did your relationships impact you this year? How? How did your relationships this year impact you? If I were to answer that in my words, my relationship this year, some of them daggered me. Oh my goodness, I was daggered by relationship this year. At the same time, I have steady supporters. And on the account of that is the reason why I didn't finally fully dip, I didn't fall headlong because I had the steady supporters, my steady confidence, those who loved me, who poured into me, who more like poured ointment to the stabs that I received this year. It was a lot. It was huge. Okay. And what did your environment, homework, ministry, how did it affect you? Oh my God. Initially, at the beginning of the year, there was so much to deal with, a lot to deal with, stepping on that and stepping on that. There was a lot of chaotic situation around me. Okay. That was home, but peace came after all, like I said yesterday. And then looking at it, okay, work for me is, ministry for me is work, right? And in the ministry as well, quite a number of shaking, they threw it, thought it would shake me out and all of that, but to the glory of God again, I didn't dip. So what is your story? What is yours? Well, how would you explain? We're talking about our surrounding story now. You are looking at questions 10 and 11, right? What does that say? So, Aboma, moderately supportive, mixed impact. Exactly, that is what mine too is. Strongly uplifting, solid support. Well, strongly uplifting, solid support. I didn't get that. I didn't get full. I got it from my significant order. Okay. Simsala Adebwale, is talking about your emotional story? She said, was growing a little each day. My efforts made me productive in ways I once doubted were possible, slowly becoming more confident and becoming the person I hope to be. And then empowering, supported my peace and productivity. Okay. Malai Shola says, moderately supportive, mixed impact. Moderately supportive, Abigail said moderately supportive. Okay, so we're going to go ahead now to make your sentence. What did your, it says, for example, okay, I want to give you an example of, you're asking yourself the question, did my surroundings support me or drain me? My slide operator. Did my surroundings support me or did it drain me? What do you have to say to that? For example, was your home peaceful and did it help your growth? Was your work environment, was it toxic and exhausting? Another person, was your relationships, were they mixed, some supportive, some distracting? I just explained mine to you. And then I felt mostly alone and unsupported. Would that be somebody's response to your surrounding? Was your surrounding draining or was it supportive? Okay, so in writing your surrounding story, my 2025 surroundings were. So what you're going to put in there, these 3 sentences, what are you going to put in there? What's the result of your surrounding? That's what you should put there. But you see, your pattern, your emotion, and your surroundings are your core truth triad for 2025. This is what you are aligning from. You are going to be aligning from that space, from those responses, from your pattern truth, from your emotional truth, and from your surrounding truth. What are they? Okay? We're going to be aligning our second priorities now, which is going to be speaking to, we're going to be aligning, moving on our second movement, which is align your priorities. You know, we had 3. So align your priorities. We want to align priorities now. I'm trying to move fast. I hope I'm not losing you. So now that you have seen your truth more clearly, the next step is to decide what matters most on your step into 2026. What matters most in your step into 2026? You know, we're going to do this using 4 simple, powerful questions. These questions turns your audit into direction, and this is where it is. This is the core of this exercise tonight. This is the core of alignment, where we don't just want to be aware, we want to align. So this is going to be turning your audit into direction. This is going to give you direction for 2026. Are you ready? 4 alignment questions. 4 alignment questions. What must I stop carrying into 2026? What is that thing that must not go into 2026 with you? What must I start paying attention to in 2026? What must I structure better in 2026? What must I protect going forward? What must I protect going forward? So take this one by one. Alignment question 1, what must I stop carrying into 2026? So how do you respond to this? Look into your truth, your pattern truth, your emotional truth, and your surrounding truth. So look at what you must stop in any of those. Ask yourself, what habits, what beliefs, what relationships, what commitments or excuses cannot come with me into 2026 if I truly want a different outcome? What excuses must not go with me? Today, people, listen to me just for this. Today alone, I've seen 2 books. One foreign author, one a local author, you know, in my country, Nigeria. And the theme of the title of the book is same, no excuse. So in 2026, what is that thing that you know, what is the excuse you must not carry forward? No excuse in 2026. That could be somebody's theme for the year. No excuse, no excuse. This year for me, you know, between last year and now, my theme, part of my theme for the year was no regret. That nothing I do under God will I regret. Whatever anybody pays me with, whatever anybody does, is one of the things I didn't even know all that I'm going to face. But that's one of the things that has helped me to remain stable. Even in this year, as I received a lot of bad blows, as we will say, you know, around here. I had anything I have done under God, I will not regret it. It may be, you know, sometimes it's painful. Sometimes you're saying, oh, maybe I shouldn't have, oh, maybe. No regrets, because I did them in the integrity of my heart. I did them in the name of the Lord. I did them for the Lord. So no matter what I have been paid with, no, I'm not going to regret it. I'm not owning it. It's not on me. It is on whoever decides to respond the way they decided to respond. So in 2026, no excuse, darling, no excuse. So what is that thing that you're not going to be giving excuse about anymore? So let's look at these things, your pattern truth, your emotional story, your surrounding truth, what your surrounding story, what is it that you must stop carrying into 2026? Ask yourself, what habits? What do I believe that must not go on with me further from here? What is that commitment that I must stop? There are commitments you need to withdraw yourself from. Because for some of us, we spread ourselves so thin. And then, you are panting. You are neither here nor there. Let me give you one example. If you're in Nigeria, you'll understand this. You know how you have events. And on a particular day, you may have like 3 events. So you have a naming ceremony, you have a wedding, and then maybe a birthday or a conference. So maybe you're speaking at a conference, and then there's a 60th birthday in the afternoon, and there's maybe a naming in the evening. So you run into the conference. If you are speaking, you take your session, but let's even assume you're not speaking. You get into that conference, the first speaker has barely finished. Okay, the first speaker finishes, the second speaker is about to start, or they start that conference and maybe they did all the building up that we would normally do in a meeting. We connected our hearts to God in praise and worship. They had testimonies from last year. You'll be looking at your time, you're agitated, let them start. Please let the first speaker speak before I leave. Oh my goodness. Then you're thinking, oh, the convener has not seen me and I came, to honor her and to also listen. Then you are agitated, you are not settled. Then as the first speaker mounts the podium and is coming down, it's already 12:30 and you're looking at it. Oh my goodness, will I be able to make the next place? You're looking at drive time between where you are to the next place you're going. Now, let's assume it's a wedding. Let's assume it's a wedding, Okay, so they've already finished church service. So you want to join them. Now you have to go and join them at the reception. So you run to the reception. You get into the reception, the couple are not even yet there. They're still taking, how couples of today, the Gen Z couples, how they do. They're still taking pictures. They chose that location for the wedding in particular because of their pictures. So they're still gushing. It's their day now. What's your own? So they're taking pictures. Then you get in there, you sit down, you look at the time. Oh my God, the next place I'm going to, the 60th birthday, I have to get in there. Because at the naming, you are the one naming the baby by 6 o'clock. So then you run out of because at the wedding, they've not served food. You've not eaten since morning. Yes, you didn't go to the party to eat. You sit down, you have not sat, the couple are just about to dance in, you have to go now, because if you don't go now, then they came to call you that your car is actually, your driver is blocking somebody. Do you know where your driver is so that he can move and repark, and you're looking at it when he reparks now? Where will you, let me just go. Then you get out, you move out of that one. That kind of, you have spread yourself in all those commitments. I told myself, no more. Peace be unto you, girl. Yes, you want to show up for people, but learn to say no. It's part of what you should take into 2026. Learn to say no. Am I describing somebody? Is it making sense? Yes, no more scattering of energy. Yeah. Mr. Adekolu says, yes, I'm serious. Then you run out of, then you attend the 60th birthday. Oh, the celebrant she was just about to dance in. So how you danced in with her? Then you sat down. They have not yet served your table. Do you want to go and be banging tables and say, come and serve? Or she has danced in, they're already seated, they've gone past your table by the time you got there. So if somebody is trying to help you call the usher, they're not coming. So you are looking at the time. I'm the one naming the baby. It's going to be 6 o'clock. He's on the island. Then you get up again. That's how you have run the whole day. For some of these things, you have to even change clothes. Girl, that should not follow us into 2026. It's very familiar ground, and she's laughing. Karen says, I will learn to say no in 2026. Speaking to those commitments, Aboma to say thumbs up. Aboma, you are feeling me. Even at your end, you mean you do this kind of, it's too much. The commitment is too much. Once you are committed, oh, sorry, my goodness, that date is taken. I'm so sorry, right? And for those of us who speak, those of us who are global speakers extraordinary, 4 speaking engagements in one day. Girl, you want to finish your lungs? My goodness, your throat will be dry and your neck will be long. Easy on yourself, especially as you add the numbers. We're not getting younger. We're only getting gracier, you know, more grace to our energies and to our bones. Right, so I hope we're flowing. I hope Rukayat is still on board. She hasn't typed anything since. It's her first time, but I hope it's flowing with you, Rukayat. If you can hear me, I want to see you type. Okay, so let's continue. You see, all of these things I have described, all of these habits and all of that, it may be over-committing without boundaries. Over-committing, obviously, what I just described now is over-committing without boundaries. Everything goes. Always saying yes when you should say no. Who remembers that song that popped in my heart right now? Do not say yes when you mean to say no. Finish it. Go, 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 go. Am I right? Is that the song?
Yeah, yes, ma'am. Wherever you go, 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 go.
Wherever you be.
Sisi go.
Do
not say yes when you mean to say no. Kabiyesi. Okay.
Oh my God, I hope you're having as much fun as I am. So, stop saying yes when you should say no. A mindset of fear or unworthiness. Just living in fear, where they even want to honor you. You feel unworthy because you are sweaty all day, coming from, even though you entered AC car and all of that, you are hopping here and hopping there. Oh, my makeup is not good enough. And they're going to be awarding me here. Oh my goodness. Oh, am I coordinated? They are calling you to come and coordinate the cutting of the cake, and you are not even stable. You don't have your thoughts together. So you get up, you are afraid of what you're going to say simply to come and cut cake because they've told you, they just told you are cutting cake, you are going to lead us in the cutting of the cake. Then you become panicky. Your heart is racing, and you are there. Then you step up and you're stuttering on yourself. Somehow, God helps you, you deliver. Then you get back to your seat and then you are wondering, what did I even say? Did I say it well? You are checking with your neighbor.
Where did you put it?
Well? One day, let me tell you my story. story. You need to hear this one because we need to have practical examples that will compel us to do the needful, in 2026. So we went for a 50th birthday. They want to honor her pastor. That I must take a part of that program. And I had another event, but I said I would come when I'm done. So I got in there, and what then was left for that, they wanted me to do something earlier. My PA had called them to say, we are running late. She won't be able to handle that. She already said, don't put her on the program. They said, it's fine. So when I got in, I thought, okay, that's fine. We've missed that one and I'm fine. That's how they came and said, I'll be handling the cutting of the cake. I said, no. They didn't believe me. I said, no. And I had my associate pastors with me there. So I just said, tell Pastor Fulola to go and cut the cake. Pastor Fulola almost entered ground. But because she's honoring, she wasn't going to dishonor me. So she went and she did it beautifully. But when this story I'm telling you, this example I'm giving applies to her that day because she lost her peace the moment I told her to go and do that. This is somebody who is a public speaker. But you see, when they just catch you unawares like that, everything just discomfits you and you are just in a rage. She went and she did it and it was something. And I was saying to myself, could I have done that? But she came back to the seat and was saying, how did I do? What did I even say? Did it make sense? How did I do? Okay, forget Jimmy says exactly. Asking your neighbor, how was what I said? Honestly, you just become suddenly unworthy. You lose confidence in yourself. Then it may also be a toxic relationship or draining environment. I'm telling you, in 2026, please tolerate no toxic relationship. Say to the world that I said so to you. Tolerate no toxic relationship. I'm not saying keep malice. I'm not saying live in animosity, but just keep them at bay. You don't need it. You do not need that toxicity. Heaven is real, and we must make heaven. For those of us who believe, we're going there. So write your answer in a simple way. In 2026, I must stop. I've given you enough story. What must you stop in 2026? What is that thing that you must stop in 2026? Over forbearance. Is it for me? Oh, it's good to forbear. It is the fruit of the Spirit. God says we should love ourselves. Do you know what I've been hearing since yesterday in my spirit? As much as lies in your power, be at peace with all men. There is a clause to it. As much as lies in your power. So I said to myself, you want to be at peace with them and they're not at peace with themselves and they are distorting your peace. It's on them. Don't own it. No offenses, yes, but then make sure. Drop it. Okay, Kemi says she's dropping offenses over commitment. Fajimi says she's dropping. Yes, Mama, because you speak a lot. Public speakers, TEDx people, come on, slow down on this. Slow down. Toxic relationships and draining energy. Draining energy. Nobody should come and drain my energy. I'm telling you, if you have ever lost your joy through toxicity, that is around you and people draining you, you will understand. It's like dying. We will not die in the name of Jesus Christ. Set boundaries and guard my energy. That's what Shiwadioku says. Good. So that is what you must stop in 2026. Now, let's take the second alignment question, which says, what must I start paying attention to? Yes, I'm stopping all of that, but what then do I now need to pay attention to? I hope you know there is no vacuum anywhere. Something will fill it. What must I start paying attention to? Think about the areas that you neglected this year that your audit has now highlighted. So ask yourself the question of what part of my life have I been ignoring that now needs attention? Joe, you haven't been typing. What's going on? Okay, Huzaina says in 2026, I have stopped shrinking. I walk in my God-given identity. Yes, Mama, go for it. Step out, walk it, baby. Full chest, own your space. It's yours. Another cannot be like you, and another will not take your place. Go for it. Go for it. Go for it. Go for gold. Okay, Temitope says she's going to give her health more attention, and that is one thing all of us need to give attention to. Aboma says, what must I start paying attention to? My personal development and family. Aboma, see my hand up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Honestly, our personal development. I think in our generation, for most of us, it took us a long time to realize that personal development is, especially women. You give your attention to every other thing. You forget yourself. You forget yourself. You develop people around you, including your maids, your domestic staff, your staff. You delegate to them, you send them on assignment, you give them challenges, they resolve issues, they are developing, but you are you are pouring into people, but you're not pouring back into yourself. So in 2026, go for personal development. Go for personal development. Right. Zainatu says, I'm giving my personal development attention. Simisola says, spiritual sensitivity. I like that. Life Ebook says, personal development, focus, and consistency. Aboma says, keep improving myself. I know Alabira that says, keep improving myself. Omokorede says, paying more attention to myself. Yeah, that's self-love. Go for it, girl. Messi Adekolu says, yes, my personal development and growth. It's so critical. It is. Roger A. Francisca says, I need to pay attention to my health. Go for it. Health is wealth. It's only if you're alive that every other thing you're chasing will mean anything to you. Please let all of us focus on our health. It is very important. Okay, Oluwaseun says, I start paying attention to me in all ramifications. Self-love, go for it, go for it, go for it. So your location says self-love, love on yourself. Don't walk and walk and walk and walk and walk. Another will not take your place. Those who did not plant will not come and finish the fruit in your vineyard. The hand that planted in your vineyard will eat it. Let me say it to you the way you will understand it. You will not labor for another to eat. In the name of the Most High God, Jesus, that we pray. All right. Light says my health and my personal development. It's so critical. Favor Germany says I must pay attention to my personal routine. Good. Routine. My colleagues. I hope you already say you didn't like routine too. I mean, 2026 for me is about my routine. It's about discipline. It's about routine. Aminat says focus on focus and vision. My writing skills line follow. Great. So, examples here that I have in the slide, if my slide, okay, so it's not yet showing here for me. All right, so your health. Some of us have already been there. Your spiritual life. We need to give attention to our spiritual life as well. All this up and down, down and up. We hardly give attention to our spiritual life enough. I'm going to be going for a lot of retreats. This is my last trip. I locked myself up in the hotel for days, and I know what I achieved. I know what I achieved. So if I spend that doing the spiritual, time out, it will help. It will help us a lot. Your finances. Nobody has put finance out here. Somebody says, I need to give attention to creating my online courses. Great. So that be, what are we going to call that? Your career. Yeah. So your calling or your assignment also needs to be focused on. So right, in 2026, I must start paying attention to my career, the things that you have put out there. Simisola Wale says to finish up the many books that I have started writing. Okay, so start by finishing one, start by finishing another, and then you will be churning it out one after the other. So the third alignment question will be, what must I structure better? What must I structure better? And this is where systems come in. When we speak structure, we are addressing systems. We need systems to sustain our structure. Where do I need to structure or systems so that I can grow better? Where do I need to put in systems so that I can grow better, right? So you can be answering questions like, you can say stuff like a weekly planning routine. February Germany was talking about focusing on her routine. So you are going to be having like a weekly planning routine, a realistic daily schedule, a budget and spending plan, a simple prayer and study rhythm, accountability for work, ministry, or business, right? So in 2026, I must structure better. What do you want to structure better? What do you want to structure better? I will be structuring my weekly planning routine. I need it. I need it. No more modeling up of my itinerary, no more modeling up of, my to-do. I wake up, what must I eat? I didn't mean eat. What must I eat immediately? What do I do first? My routine must be, when we're doing that test the other time, it says, okay, so moderately, but then you dip. No moderating and dip. I want it consistent on a straight line through 2026. And it's not by mouth, it's by putting, the system in place. Somebody says time, time, time. You need to structure your time. I need to structure my finances better, structure my money. Good. So in 2026, I must structure better. Then you write what it is. I hope we're doing this. Now, alignment question number 4. We said 4 things. Alignment question number 4. What must I protect going forward? And that speaks to what is already working that you must not lose. Alignment is not only about what changes, it's also about what must remain. What are the things from all these audits that we've done? What are the things that you've seen that, oh, this is so good, I don't want to lose it? Consistency, for those whose record says they were consistent. You don't want to lose consistency, right? Consistency makes you thick. Consistency is a synonym for thick, if you understand what I mean. If you're making pap and they say, oh, the consistency is the thickness. So we can also take that and use it, for in a statement to say, when you are consistent, it makes you thick, it makes you influential, it makes you strong, it makes you valued, it makes you, appreciated. Because when you are consistent, people can say, oh, this is the who this person is, and we can vouch for you, right? Somebody says her sanity. Oh my God, you're going to sustain your sanity. Great. Because you don't want to lose that, do you? And somebody said, I don't want to lose my momentum. Oh yeah. So what don't I want to lose? May I never lose my song. May I never lose my song. I don't want to lose my song. I don't want to lose my song. I want to have rhythm with my maker. I want to have that connect. It speaks to me through songs. I must not lose my song. I must not lose that line with him, right? I mustn't. Okay, so in 2026, what must I protect? Somebody says my peace and clarity. Okay, so it could be a new habit that blessed you, a friendship, a mentor or community, that you don't want to lose. It could be time carved out for rest or family or for retreat. It could be a spiritual discipline that kept you grounded in this year or maybe sometime in the past. And you want to protect that, you want to bring that, you want to crop that back, and you want to protect it. So with these 4 answers, you have now identified your core priorities for 2026. I celebrate you. If you have your 4, just type it there, 4. Put it out there for me. If you have your 4, put it out there for me. Oh my goodness, we're getting to it. We're getting to it. If you have your 4, put it out there, just say 4. Great, great, great. So you have the answers. You have identified your core priorities for 2026. You are already positioning. You are queuing where you ought to be. You are on the line of those who you ought to line up with. You are not on the wrong lane. You are right on point for 2026. I see you achieving in 2026 because you know what to go for. Go girl, go girl, go girl. You have the ball in your hand. All you need to do now is to move into the next level. Just throw it into the net and you're going to be scoring goals. I see you scoring goals. I tell you, you will make it. I know you will make it. Okay? It also reminds me of that song, I know that I can make it. Right? That Kirk Franklin song. I know that I can stand no matter what may come
my way. My life is in you.
Stable. But can you still hear me? They want to dull my shine when I want to release record in there. I want to release the single in 20. Okay. So be sharing my YouTube link. You'll be clicking and you see me collecting money very soon on YouTube, right? So let's run through the rest. The third thing we're going to be focusing on today is align your next step. We want to align our next step. We have already gotten our priorities. We already know what our truths are. We have our core priorities right now, the 4 core priorities. Now we want to align our next step. So can I have the slide back up, please? We have seen your truth. We have identified your priorities. Now we narrow everything down to one key question. What is that question? It is, what is one step that I must take as soon as possible to begin align 2026? In all of this, I've seen my truth. I've seen my core priorities. What is that one thing that I must do as soon as possible? Not what I have to do later now. There must be one thing that I have to do as soon as possible so that I can, begin to align for 2026. What is that one thing? What is that one step I must take as soon as possible to begin aligning for 2026? Now, this is not your whole goal strategy here. It is your starting point, your first alignment move. What is that thing that I must do right now? That, for instance, somebody said, personal development is part of my priority. What is that thing you're going to do in that direction? What is that one thing, that you're going to be doing in that direction? Write it down clearly. My first alignment step for 2026 is what? Put it down for me. Put it down. What will be your first step in alignment of 2026? My first alignment step for 2026. What will it be? What will What is it? What is it? So you need to write that, and we're going to be taking alignment declaration. We're going to be taking alignment declaration. So Temitope says, my first alignment step for 2026 is to register in an HMO. I like that. Because she said her priority, she's going to be giving attention to her health. Now she said she wants to go and register an HMO. May I advise you in picking your HMO, make sure they can cover, you're going to be signing up for a plan that can cover extensively. One of the things that concerning health that I will also suggest to all of us, which I am also going to pursue, is let's look for those who can do proper life insurance for us. And I know it can be funny, like when I asked one of the insurance people, I won't mention the name of the insurance company, what they were talking about does not sound like what I know as a proper life insurance. So if you need to sign up for the international one that covers you everywhere, and that wholesome life insurance, you know what I mean? Go for it. Go for it. Start at the level you can. At least go for it. And it is so good and so important. But we don't have a need for it like that, but it is better you have things in place than not have at all, especially at this level, right? There are webinars that I will still bring up in the course of 2026 by the grace of God that will help us. We need to speak to us coming boldly, to be able to write will at our level. If you are 40 and above, even before then, but let's take it from 40. I know we're scared. I mean, today I was in a conference today, and when I was talking things about death, I saw somebody cringe and I said, "You are like my mom. You don't mention such things around my mom." That is the conditioning that most of us have growing up. And because of that, a lot of chaotic situations have happened. We will not die suddenly. But even when you die at old age, there are people who have labored all their life. They are wealthy. But right now, after their departure, their children have turned, wealth has turned their children's back against one another, or family against their children, family sitting on their property, simply because they never appropriated what they have. We need to begin to speak boldly to that as well. You will see when we put up, notification for such webinars, such critical things that we need a reconditioning. Yeah. Anu Adeboyega says life assurance should cover life for beneficiaries whenever the holder goes in the world. Yes, it should, so that they are not torn into stupor. And real life insurance should even take care of the person, even if, for instance, if the person is sick critically, should give the best care. And I'm not sure I'm still searching. I haven't seen. If you find, send it to our numbers. Let's share information amongst ourselves. Share it. I've not seen a proper one here, but I decided, this is my last trip. I was just meditating on that. I said to myself, if I need to go and sign up for one internationally or two, it's not only travel insurance I'm talking about. I know we sign up for travel insurance, when we need to go, especially for those who travel a lot, but I'm talking about life insurance. Right? Kemi Family says, my first alignment steps now, get my comprehensive medical checkup done. Hold my family meeting for family alignment against 2026. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love the fact that what you are getting, you want to spread it even to your family. Great, 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 great. Okay, so we need to run now. Let's take alignment. We want to take alignment. Okay, so in choosing your one next step, these are the options here in our slide. To help you decide, so in choosing your one step, to help you decide, consider these categories. Your next step may be a habit to start, a mindset to upgrade, a relationship to reposition, a space to declutter, a boundary to enforce, a decision to finally make, a system to build, a step you have been avoiding. You need to look back now at your pattern truth. You need to look back at your emotional truth. You need to look back at your surrounding truth. You need to look back at your 4 alignment and stance, your stop, start, structure, and protect. You need to look back at all of this in making your one immediate alignment decision. So write down that decision, and then right now we want to take our alignment declaration. We're wrapping up soon. We want to take our alignment declaration, and let us seal it up. Let's seal it up. If you can place your hand on your heart to take this declaration, say this loud with me. And you can also personalize it, in your journal later. Let's take the declaration. I choose one step that pulls me forward, that pulls me toward my next level. I align my habits, my mind, my decisions with the future I desire. I refuse to repeat unmanaged patterns. I walk into 2026 with clarity, courage, and intention. We're going to take that again. I choose one step that pulls me toward my next level. I align my habits, my mind, and my decisions with the future I desire. I refuse to repeat unmanaged patterns. I walk in 2026 with clarity, courage, and intention. What Align has helped us to do. We've taken our declaration, and I know that it will be so for you as you declare it. Put that in your, you can screen munch this, put it in your journal, take this declaration all the time, put it in your face, put it on your board to see. So what has this Align night of the webinar, what has it done to us? What has it helped us to do? Through Align, you have been able to recognize your pattern, your truth, your pattern truth. You've been able to align, you've been able to name your emotional reality. You've been able to acknowledge the impact of your surroundings on you. You've been able to decide what you must stop, what you must start, what you must structure, and what you must protect. And you have chosen a clear, simple step to begin your 2026 journey. Am I correct? If I am correct that this is what it has done to you, please type yes in the chat room. 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 These are the things that Align has done. All right, somebody says very correct, ma. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, 100%. Wow, fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. This webinar has delivered on its promise. We have audited, and right now, you know, we've gone through the aligning routes, and we already know what to do. So we are positioned for 2026. Glory, glory, glory. Now, this is significant, and most people never take time to do this, what we've just done. I like the vulnerability of Aboma. I said, I've never done anything like this before. How many people have never audited their life before, not to talk of putting themselves, you know, aligning anything, knowing what to align? Like Aboma said, I just entered the year. How many people have been in that space? I want to see you type. Say me, I. You know when we're in school. I. Auntie, me. Go ahead. I want to see your me. I. Good. Chinameram said I. Go ahead. Me and I. Me, myself and I. Oh my God. Me. I never ever seen anything like this before. Me, I. Good. So this is very significant, and so you have done well for yourself in 2025. I mean, it's not so much of how we start, but how we are ending. Now you are ending it on a powerful note. It doesn't matter what has happened in 2025, because you have been able to look in the mirror to articulate your experience, your emotions, your surrounding, and everything. And you've been able to make a decision to say, okay, this no more, this will continue, and this I'm going to fetch, and this I'm going to do. Now you are positioned for a better 2026, right? So you have done well for yourself, and I celebrate you. Now, this webinar, okay, is designed to give you a strong, beginning. So this webinar is not the end. It's a beginning. It's not the full journey, what we have just done. Powerful 2 days, as far as I'm concerned, I have enjoyed myself. But beyond the emotional thing, the feeling, the cracking up, the jokes and all of that, it has shed light, okay, on our path. For me, I've seen the way, and I'm going to be taking this more seriously. But guess what? Many people have made resolution. How many people have been there? New Year resolution. People have even done goals, because about this time, I remember when she was starting, she was talking about people setting goals for the year. People have set goals, and you have come back. You know, one of the options of our questionnaire, the answer says, oh, you totally just even decided that you're not setting goals. Why? Because you've been frustrated by setting goals and not hitting it. Okay, so this is not an end. Rather, It is a bend. Right now, we've negotiated that bend and we're about to move on a straight highway, okay? If your highway for 2026 is going to be straight, then the work doesn't stop with this webinar, right? We must be honest with ourselves. We must be honest. As significant as this is, we must be honest with ourselves. Alignment will give you direction, but the discipline is not yet there. Knowing what to do is different from being able to do it. If that is true, somebody just affirm it with a thumbs up or whatever. Just let me know that that statement is correct. In your perception, is it correct? In your understanding, is it correct? What do you think? Knowing what to do is different from actually being able to do it, right? So this webinar has positioned us to know what to do, where to position, but then hacking it is different, is totally different. There is the discipline that we need to bring to the table. There's the discipline that we need to bring to the table. So one step is powerful, but not enough to carry you for 12 months. It's not enough to carry you for the next 12 months. Good. So this webinar, as I said, designed to give you a strong and a practical starting point. But the real transformation, which is what we're looking for, the real transformation will happen when you are guided over time, when you have a system that is built with you, when you are held accountable, and when you grow in a community. When you grow in a community, I need the slide to move. I need the slide to move. When you grow in a community. So I have an invite for you to join, my growth and transformation community. Join my growth and transformation community. Okay, so my next level, my growth, is a coaching program that I run every year. It starts in January. It starts January of every year, okay? And just permit me, my screen is a bit blurry and I want to be able to, I don't know how many people can see the screen.
You're muted, Ma.
You can't hear me, I'm muted. Sorry about that. So I have this coaching program that is coming up, it is a 10-month journey. The community is for 10 months, but we have 2 physical days. But if you're going to be an online participant, you will sign up for the online, when we release the online. And whilst we are physical, you will be online, even for the first 2 days. But you see, after the first 2 days physical participation, we then move online, So you're going to run from 16th of January to 13th of February, we're going to run online. Everybody will now be online, okay? So it is a transformational program that takes you to your next level. It is the next level. It makes your next level to be within your reach. It affords you the discipline, the accountability, the hand-holding. There's a lot packed into this. So that I will not waste our time further tonight, you're going to see a link is going to be dropped, in the chat room for you to explore. Let my team members please drop it. But this course, this coaching is going for 220,000 Nigerian money, 220,000 Nigerian money, for early bird. And early bird will be closing on the 22nd of December, 2025. And the regular fee moves to 250, which closes 6th of January, 2025. Okay, and then the coaching program starts on the 8th of January. I'm telling you, we have awesome testimonies concerning this. We call it MNLMG, my next level, my growth. But when you go on our landing page, when you click on the link that is dropped now in the chat room. You can copy it and then you go and check later. You will read details, you read in detail about it. But I'm telling you, it is not just giving you direction. It is helping you to build a discipline and helping you to be able to hack your next level. By the time, we sit to do audit and align next year, you will be more than in green. By next year, we'll have more than green, because you would have hacked your next level. You won't be at the same level that you are at. Even if you're doing well right now, it takes you way beyond that. Okay? So, on this note, I just want to wrap up by saying that I'm going to be wrapping up by saying that, just hold on a minute for me. 2025 is closing. 2026 is not just another calendar year. It is another opportunity for you to align, for you to grow in particular, and for you to step more fully into who God has designed you to be. That's what your 2026 is saying. That's what your 2026 is calling for. And I am trusting that you will be more than there. You will be more than there in 2026. Okay, so your next level is not a theory, it is a journey, and you have already begun it. Your next level is not a theory, it is a journey, and you have already begun it. Thank you for showing up at this webinar, because by showing up at this webinar, you have honored your next level. You have honored yourself, you've honored your honesty, and you've honored yourself with honesty and courage. Thank you for allowing me to work with you through audit and align. On this note, we have come to the end of AA Webinar 2025. I know, I'm not going to be saying I hope, that would be unnecessary humility. I mean, I know that this has shed light on your path, giving you direction, and I'm looking forward to be able to handhold you in the community, my transformational and growth community, to have you grow to your next level. Thank you so much, everyone. Happy weekend. Enjoy your Saturday and your Sunday. And please sign up for my next level, my growth, and we will do great together. Have a good one. Have a good evening. Thank you so much, too. Thank you so much. Sign up, and the coaching is not just for those who attended the webinar, so you can as well do good to just help us to spread this. Spread it for us. And then again, if you are not following Rebound Experts, Ebi, please mute. If you're not following Rebound, if you haven't been on our channel, our YouTube channel, Ebi, please mute. Please, can somebody mute AB for me? If you haven't joined our channel on YouTube, we just launched out on YouTube, and I need the numbers to grow. Please go on YouTube, look for Rebound Experts Limited, not just Rebound, but Rebound Experts Limited, and do follow, subscribe so that we can hit it out together and we can begin. And then on social media, on Instagram, follow on our page at Rebound Experts. Thank you, everybody, again. Have a good evening. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, too.
Thank you, ma. God bless you, ma.
Thank you, Mama. God bless you.
Thank
Amen,
you.
and you too.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you too, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, Mom.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, man. God bless you. Good night.